What is going on? What's good? Assalamu alaikum.
Listen, let me tell you something.
All right.
I'm telling you this just because me and you have whatever relationship we do have. I don't know. But you're going to get yourself in bullshit, right?
Why?
The vandalizing, everything that you're doing.
What I vandalize? All right, go ahead.
I always come straight forward to you. I always be 100 with you, bro. You're gonna attract attention that I feel like it's not what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if you want to be arrested.
The crazy part about this entire Roc Nation situation isn't even the accusations being thrown around. It's how quickly people are trying to connect Akademiks and What's the Dirt to something that reportedly started before What's the Dirt even released his video. Now, first, let's make something extremely clear. Nobody should be stalking, threatening, or trying to hurt someone over an opinion, especially trying to hurt Desiree Perez, right? Whatever somebody thinks about Roc Nation, Jay-Z, Drake, Akademiks, What's the Dirt, whoever the case may be, threatening somebody's safety crosses a completely different line, right? It's all over opinions, right, and hearsay. But the bigger picture and the bigger issue is people immediately trying to blame Akademiks or What's the Dirt for that behavior without establishing the timeline.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, give me 1 second.
Just want to reveal it on the team.
You heard it here first.
Let's go.
Well, you need to block that somebody, Ray, okay? Because Roc Nation, who I work for, allegedly, replied to that commentary by posting in their story, album done, about attention. They just care about being acknowledged. But I'm here to tell you, that's not sustainable, okay?
Swatted, chat, swatted. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. All right.
Really enjoy Flacco's YouTube channel.
Which I've told him multiple times, it's irresponsible. Like this lie telling about mustard. That's a bad lie.
I watch him like tear down like, yay?
All right, does that hear me?
I mean, I think Ghost Town's one of the greatest songs.
Okay. A little psyop sent by the ops. You gotta respect it. You can't clown Desiree Perez for getting a stalker and not expect the police to show up to think that you shot 10 people in the crib. So it is what it is. I'm back. Chat, it's, nasty warfare, It's a little nasty warfare. Don't you worry. They got multiple calls, actually. One of the calls was while I was outside. They're like, oh, we just got another call about the shooting. So, I don't know. I wonder who that call was from. Oh boy, well, I wonder what that was from. It's a dirty game, chat. It's a very, very dirty game.
If the stalking that reportedly had happened, I believe it was yesterday that it happened, that someone was outside the Roc Nation headquarters and was stalking Desiree Perez. They made a few videos. They were also spray painting Kill Jay-Z all over the property and stuff. If the stalking reportedly started in May and the What's the Dirt video came out much later, then somebody needs to explain how one caused the other. And honestly, people should stop. Don't use harassment to shut down the actual criticism that's being made, because that's where I think this conversation starts to get a lot more dangerous for media criticism, because I genuinely think that you can condemn harassment while still believing that major corporations, executives, and powerful people should be open to legitimate questions. Roc Nation isn't some random individual with no public footprint, okay? There have been discussions and controversies surrounding this company and its executives for years, even before the What's the Dirt video, even before the battle in 2024. This has always been a conversation, And I think the Desiree Perez history deserves a little bit more context, because that is the point in contention, right? Yesterday, there was a stalker that approached Roc Nation. A guy came out, tried to tell him, like, look, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. You're gonna have a lot of set of eyes on you. Hey, you could get arrested. It's gonna go bad for you, right? That same person was spray painting Kill Jay-Z all over the property and around the surrounding areas. It was crazy. You know what I mean? But I do think the Desiree Perez history deserves context still, because her history, including her reported cooperation with the federal authorities back in the 90s, has been publicly discussed for years. And if the What's the Dirt video was so ridiculous, explain to me why it was ridiculous. Why was it altered? People are saying that video was altered and that it's ridiculous. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. I think What's the Dirt makes very, very great content, very nuanced, contextualized content. So someone saying that it sounds ridiculous, it sounds very lazy. If you're saying it's altered, okay, what was altered? I'm not asking for like a 40-page essay. Just point to the document, point to a screenshot in the video, a timestamp, quote something specific, anything that happened. If the criticism is real, that should be one of the easiest questions to answer if it's actual criticism.
And he has now posted up a new pic, and this pic shows him in the Roc Nation office. That couch look a little bit distressed. Won't say, if y'all got all the budget for all these lawsuits, this couch seems a little bit distressed. A lot of wrinkles. Look like it's going through a lot of aging, much like Jay-Z. But it's okay. I would imagine that the new fiscal year budget will take care of that. Charlamagne looking like he's in the principal office. Desiree Perez looking like a proud boss who sent her top operative on a hit. And I'm not too sure if he came back with any bodies, but okay. Charlamagne captions this: "My annual employee evaluation went well. Let's discuss." It's brilliant, Yeah, that's fantastic. It's fantastic. We're rooting for Charlamagne in his endeavors over at Roc Nation. I hope he climbs up the ranks. Maybe he could get to the executive board. But we are, now that we are all in understanding that he clearly works for them, I don't think there's something new. It's not shocking. We're happy that he's claiming it. So shout out to Charlamagne. One thing I did admire about him for over the years, he's always owned his bullshit. He's always, kind of addressed the elephant in the room. And clearly now he's owning up to the fact that he's a Roc Nation employee. Okay, we respect it. It's all good. Desiree Perez, what's up? I don't like the fact you have a stalker. If Charlamagne don't go outside and confront that nigga, I might do it for you. Okay? Stay safe, baby girl. We love you. You're beautiful. Stay safe. Okay?
I think all allegations, no matter who the allegations are attached to, it deserves evidence on both sides. If What's the Dirt's video, if it connects different people, companies, lawsuits, and events, and says that the connections could mean something, you're allowed to change that interpretation. But you can't automatically call one person's theory a conspiracy while presenting your own theory about OVO secretly providing information to What's the Dirt as an established fact. If we're demanding evidence from one side, we should demand evidence from everybody. If What's the Dirt is presenting connections and possibilities, then the audience should judge whether those connections are convincing. What's the Dirt never said that these are things that are a matter of fact. He's just presenting the information and letting whoever's viewing it to do what they will with that information. That's what journalism is: presenting information, doing research, digging to find more information, and letting whoever is observing that information to make their own conclusions or draw their own conclusions. And the John Gruden email controversy is another part of the video and another example of why people are looking at the Desiree Perez situation beyond just the Drake conversation.
Documented by ESPN. So
now I'm gonna say this. We're gonna pause this because I went into a little bit deeper. Like I said, we're tying things together, trying to tie the shoelace. So not only does John Gruden, for Desiree Perez, John Gruden, email leaks led to the ousting of Commanders owner Dan Snyder. Think about how important it is. The ousting. So the email leaks led to this guy having to sell his team. You remember when Jay-Z got the NFL halftime show, August 2019, right? And then a year later, the next summer, that's when the inquiries came about Snyder, right? An initial workplace culture inquiry to the Commanders, led by Beth Wilkinson, began in July 2020. A separate independent investigation into new sexual harassment claims, financial allegations by Snyder began in 2022, and the House Committee launched congressional probe in October 2021, right? So all these things were happening to this guy right after Jay-Z took over, and this is, like I said, loose conspiracy. Like, everybody's gonna be thinking you're wilding. But remember, Van Lathan said what they were trying to push stories about why it's good for Jay-Z to be in this situation, right? Why it's good for Jay-Z to be a part of the NFL, because what they tell us, they say because Jay-Z wanted to be an owner of an NFL team, right? Okay, let's see what team was Jay-Z possibly about to bid for in that time. What team was it? Oh, in late 2020 and 2023, Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z explored a high-profile partnership to submit a joint bid to purchase the Washington Commanders from owner Dan Snyder. So we have John Gruden calling out Desiree Perez, Reed Smith lawyers for leaking his emails with the NFL or whatever, however that was tied together allegedly. That led to the owner of the Washington Commanders having to sell his team. Jay-Z tried to partner up with Jeff Bezos to purchase that team. That fell through. But wait there, ladies and gentlemen. It was bought by Josh Harris. Do you guys know who Josh Harris is? Josh Harris is the guy who co-owned the 76ers with, you guessed it, Michael Rubin. In 2022, Michael Rubin sold his 10% stake in that conglomerate that owned these teams because he didn't want a conflict with Fanatic. And we all know that Jay-Z is tied in with Fanatic Sportsbook, who is owned by Michael Rubin, who used to be partnership and is still close friends with Josh Harris. So Jay-Z's CEO is tied to a probe into how these emails got leaked. How she even got in this is a question to me. Then the NFL owner who's tied to this, Dan Snyder, has to sell his team. Jay-Z, Jeff Bezos, try to put a bid together. For some reason, it doesn't go through. I mean, Jeff Bezos got the money. He's one of the richest men in the world. For whatever reason, that doesn't go through. But Jay-Z wanted to be a part of it for this NFL Commanders team. But then the winner of the bid is Josh Harris, who was best chummy buddies with Michael Rubin, who now does Fanatic Sportsbook with Jay-Z.
Because we always get to this constant, quote unquote, What's the Dirt is going to get sued argument. Maybe he could face legal consequences if somebody believes he made actionable false statements. But simply saying he's going to get sued doesn't explain what specific statement is supposedly defamatory. There was nothing in that video that was suggestive or anything of the sort. He didn't even say something like it was a matter of fact either. If somebody thinks a particular claim is false, they need to identify it. If a document was supposedly manipulated, identify the document. If a statement supposedly crosses the line, explain exactly why. If you can't explain why, shut up. Just stop. The double standard is what's making it very, very complicated to have conversations with people that make these claims. Because what really stands out is the double standard surrounding conspiracy theories in hip hop media. You know, people will entertain extremely complicated theories about Drake, OVO, Kendrick, Jay-Z, or anybody else based on circumstantial evidence. But suddenly when the subject becomes Roc Nation, we're told that asking questions itself is irresponsible. Kind of like Charlamagne the God and his criticism with Ray Daniels, again, when he told him, you know, ease off on him. It should never be a double standard. When it comes to Jay, it should, oh, you got to watch what you say because it's Jay. Or if Akademiks and Charlamagne, oh, Charlamagne cooked Akademiks, but Akademiks disproved his whole AI website situation with the inverse wire thing. He disproved it. Oh, he killed him in the argument. Oh, he made him look like an amateur. Like, do facts matter or does the entertainment matter? Do the lies matter? Because if you make a bold claim, be ready for a follow-up. And that's ultimately my issue with this entire exchange. If you tell people that Akademiks and What's the Dirt are somehow responsible for something, call their work ridiculous, and then suggest information was altered, I'm going to ask you to explain yourself. I think that's basic procedure there, right? If you're saying something is false or it's ridiculous or it's altered, and a person asks you to explain yourself, how is that? How am I wrong for that? That's not trolling. That's a basic follow-up question. If the answer is so strong, give the answer. And if you don't have the answer, shut the fuck up. Simple as that. Maybe the original accusation wasn't as strong as you made it sound. That's very possible. So again, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Give me all your thoughts, your opinions, your good comments, your bad comments, your negative comments, your excellent comments. All engagement is everything. You know what I'm saying? We're on the road to 500 subs. We're at 377 right now. Well, I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there in about a couple weeks, right? Anyways, it's your boy Wordu. I'm out.